So I got made redundant. I sat down with my husband. He basically said, this is not good for your health. I was burning out and it was making me the person that I didn't like.
My destiny was always going to the family business. Unfortunately, the company closed, and that's when all the disasters began. I didn't really know what to do with myself because I'd lost my identity.
What was the moment when you said, enough is enough, I need to take control?
Right, there's two things. Firstly,
Okay, how did you then meet?
So that's a really great story. We were in a meeting, accountability meeting in Dennis, and she had said really quietly,
so I shared my screen, and the rest is history, let me tell you.
I've scaled financially. I have grown my portfolio much, much more than I actually believed I could achieve.
There is no one that can't succeed.
Yes.
And I really, really mean that. And our results have been phenomenal.
I made 55% on Bitcoin, 65% on Pan America Silver, and 68% on Nvidia.
I've been in and out of Tesla about 8 times now, and I've made, on the money that I've invested, 190%.
Would you have thought that a few years ago you'd be doing things like this?
We've actually had this discussion.
Yeah. See, the thing is, what you don't know about all of this as well is
Most investors only make single-digit gains, but I'll show you how Amanda and Virginia make over 100% plus profit. In just 18 months, Virginia started with £3,000, adding £450 every month to make £23,000. That is 100% return.
I wanted to make sure that the strategies work. What you always say to make compounding work is keep putting money in. So every month I was putting more money in. I actually doubled my money. So I doubled from 11 to 23. So more than doubled actually. So 100%.
Amanda, once terrified of money, is now trading confidently, turning 20,000 into 27,000 in 8 months, all tax-free.
it's so euphoric. The beauty of all of this is the compounding, and when you first start, it does take a bit of time.
Now, they have very different backgrounds, different battles, but they have one thing in common. They stopped doing it alone. Research shows when you have an accountability partner, you're 65% more likely to hit your goals. And that's exactly what happened here. 2 women who found each other, found community, and found confidence.
We would not be successful if we weren't the partnership that we are. And we are a
The
partnership.
buddies.
We are a partnership.
Yeah. It's so much more fun. It's so much more interesting. No man or woman is an island.
So, today we're asking, why do people succeed faster when they stop doing it alone? Okay, so paint me a picture of your life before you started investing. So, for example, where were you emotionally, financially, even personally? Let's start with you, Amanda.
Good morning. So before investing, I've always looked very well put together, but internally that's probably not the case at all. I came from a life of privilege. I had a wonderful home, loving parents, and every opportunity. But I did come from a very traditional home where girls weren't quite seen the same as boys. But my destiny was always going to the family business. Unfortunately, the company closed in 2007, and that's when all the disasters began. I'd been having years of IVF, which failed. I was with my husband for 20 years, and he sadly passed away in 2008. I didn't really know what to do with myself because I'd lost my identity. So I ended up going back to university, choosing learning over despair.
Oh, nice.
And then just as I was getting myself together, so I had insult to injury, I got breast cancer in 2016. Fine now, but it was 2-year long haul. It was pretty tough. It really was pretty tough. And I didn't know what to do with myself again then. And my mantra at that time, of course, was, I'm not done yet. It's very different when someone you love very much is diagnosed with something like that. It's different when you get the diagnosis yourself.
What were you like emotionally, personally, financially?
So working, I was always corporate. So I've always done corporate jobs in the technology world. And I'm often the only woman within a room. And also I'm considered the expert in that room, which is quite tough because you get challenged quite a lot in terms of they try and challenge your expertise and your knowledge.
Because you're a woman?
Because I'm a woman. So I have to be twice as good a lot of the time in the technology field, because I think sometimes they feel that women aren't as good technically as men are and that kind of thing. So it's a struggle, but I have to manage that. And I've been quite successful in that area. And I think part of it is my empathy, and part of it is the different perspective that I bring. So I have an alternative thinking when it comes to challenges that customers have and that kind of thing, that actually help me to excel. But I think personally, it was also a bit of a struggle because I was getting quite stressed, getting quite tired, and I think emotionally I was at a juxtaposition to me being a woman in a male dominated world. So it was quite a struggle at times.
So it sounds like your career was going well, so financially going well?
Financially really well.
Okay.
So IT always pays really well. So I had a really well-paid job. And because my husband's also in IT, he has a well-paid job. So we have probably, I would say, an above comfortable lifestyle.
Did you just say had or has? What did you just say? You said he has, but you just said...
Has, but I had.
You had.
So that's changed.
So what happened? Yeah.
So I got made redundant, but so I got made redundant, which was a shock at the time, but reflecting on it afterwards, I think it was actually the best thing that could have happened to me.
Okay.
For a number of reasons. The first one was, I think, because of my health. I sat down with my husband and he basically said, this is not good for your health, because I was getting so stressed, I was burning out, and it was making me the person that I didn't like, basically.
Okay.
So I wasn't happy, and I wasn't getting any fulfillment anymore. I really love technology. I really love like what I was doing from a customer point of view, but the internal politics, the corporate stuff was actually really difficult to handle a lot of the time.
Okay, so Virginia, what was your relationship with money back then?
My relationship with money. So I'm what you would call a saver. So I've always used the pot system. So when you talk about the pot system that Investment Mastery teaches all their students and stuff, I was using that from a very young age. So I've always put money into different pots for different purposes and that kind of thing. And that's so I can then control my money. I always know my money situation. I always know how I'm doing, how I'm performing, all that kind of stuff. Because in the technology field that I'm in, it's data. So data for me and data analysis is really important.
And do you do that because of, you a saver because of, I'm just going to ask, like, for example, is it control? Is it fear? Is it abundance? What do you think that is, saver?
So from a saver point of view, I think it's not abundance, but it's more control. It's not fear, because I'm not worried that we don't have enough money, because the control part enables me to know that I have saved some money for a rainy day, but then also that I have enough money to do nice things and go on, special holidays and all that.
Yeah, so it's more control. What was the moment that you experienced a lot of things, a lot of change, loss. What was the moment when you said, enough is enough, I need to take control?
What I suddenly realised is that I'd spent my whole life seeking approval from other people, mainly my father, probably. And then all these disasters have happened. And I thought, well, if I can get through all of that, surely I can take control of my own wealth. And I decided, no more outsourcing my life. End.
Right.
Finish.
No more outsourcing. I'm going to take control.
I'm doing it.
I think more people should do that. Absolutely. What about you? What was the moment that you kind of said, right, I need to take control of my finances?
I think the redundancy was the trigger for me. And due to the stress and I think burnout in some ways as well, it affected me a lot. It took me a couple of months to get over the working that I was doing from a corporate point of view, because I was actually working excessive amounts of hours. I think in terms of, I was fortunate, could say fortunate.
What's excessive, just so I know?
That's what I'm getting to.
Okay.
So I was fortunate in that I could actually work remotely, so I didn't have to travel to the office. But what that also meant was that I would get up, go into my office, which was down the hall kind of thing, and then switch my computer on, work, no breaks, no lunch, all the way through until sometimes. So I'd start about 7:30 in the morning, and then I wouldn't finish until 7 in the evening, sometimes later, depending on what the demands were. And then often I was in back-to-back meetings. So it would be one meeting, right, prepare for the next meeting, go to that meeting. And that's all I was doing. It was almost like I was just existing. And so I needed to take a break away from that because it was so stressful. And I do think that I was just going through the motions, but not actually living either. So it was a stress. It was a strain for me as well.
Yeah. Okay. So it was the fact that you got made redundant, but also getting over the whole stress and the strain of it. And then you decided, boom, I need to do something, or was it during that process?
And it was during that process that my husband sat me down and basically we decided, okay, what are you going to do instead? And so we, something came up about investment mastery. So I thought I'd, have a look, see what it was like. And you'd been talking about crypto for quite some time. So that was what encouraged me to actually join Investment Mastery, and actually join the workshop to do the crypto workshop.
You started with cryptos.
I did start with.
You started with cryptos.
Yeah.
Okay, how did you then meet?
So that's a really great story.
So we were in the same gold cohort. So I mean, I'd been in the club for a couple of years, not logging on, because I was the job that I was doing, the event director. I suddenly decided that I needed to get into crypto, but I didn't really have the time. So because I was working all the hours, so I thought, so I joined, and I did the crypto workshop, bought a couple of coins, but with very, very, very little money, like £10, £20, because I was so nervous because of all the history and, all the bad things. And I just wanted to learn. And then I promptly didn't sign into the club for 2 years. I was paying my membership. What a waste of time. And then 2 years later, I thought when I really thought I've really got to not outsource my life anymore. I thought, right, okay, I am going to do the workshop again. So I did it again, and then still didn't do anything. It was the November, but you had another one in January. So I did it again. I thought, if I don't do it now, I've got need accountability. I need someone to kick me swiftly where the sun doesn't shine. So I thought, if I don't do that, then I'm never going to do this. And I've either got to. The thing about me is I'm either committed or I'm not. And I wanted to be committed, so therefore I joined Gold. Virginia and I were in the same Gold cohort, but we weren't put in the same buddy group.
We were in a meeting, accountability meeting with Dennis, and she had said really quietly, I'm not sure how to use TradingView kind of thing. And I picked this up because I'd been using Trade, because obviously being a techie.
So I shared my screen, and the rest is history, let me tell you. That one thing, that one simple little thing of sharing your screen, getting out of your comfort zone, was everything. Because then we went back to the accountability call with Dennis, and did I say, I'm so pleased with myself because I can now do it because I've actually done it and shown myself.
Which still but I still need some help. So Dennis said, well, why don't you, Virginia, help us? Then that's how we
buddied up.
That's how we budgeted that.
Ah, very nice. That's a great story for so many different reasons. But the main one, I think, is that there are going to be people listening to this. They go, do you know what? I'm in exactly the same position. And now I get you, but what stage did you say, oh, I think this, because it's got to, you said you complement each other. So how does she help you?
Well, she makes me do things like this. Get out of my comfort zone all the time. So things where I have to speak in public, or things where I have to show myself in front of more than two people, it's a nerve-wracking thing for me. It's not something I'm comfortable with. It's not something I'm confident with. But she shows me that it's okay to do this. And so there have been several times when I've had to step out of my comfort zone to do this kind of thing. And yeah, she does that. But then also, I think in some ways, because of the corporate world and because of the arena that I've worked in, I've had to put a facade up where I am less emotional. So not emotionless, but I'm less emotional. And so she brings out that softer side as well, I think.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. The wonderful, comforting, wonderful woman that she is. And she is, but she doesn't show that. She has, so I'm very heart led. I think before I speak. She thinks I speak now. You think before you speak. I speak how it is.
Okay, interesting. Right. So then let's make this very clear for everybody who's watching now. How much have you made and in what time frame? Okay, Virginia, let's start with you.
All right. So I wanted to make sure that the strategies work, which is what everybody does. So I actually started with a really small pot. So from a VCA point of view, I put 3,000. I had 3,000 in ISA. So I was like, okay, let's try this out.
Okay, good.
And then what you always say is to make compounding work is keep putting money in. So every month I was putting more money in. And by about 18 months, I had a total of 11,000 in there.
What?
Because I was putting money in quite a bit, I think.
It was better than your people then, the one that you gave the money to.
Yeah.
40% in how many years?
About 15.
but then in 18 months, so in 18 months, during that time, I was also investing, doing the VCA strategy. I actually doubled my money. So I doubled it from 11 to 23. So more than doubled, actually. So 100% I've made.
Yeah, that's great. Big round of applause for that.
18 months.
That's fantastic. Yeah. And in your ISA?
In my ISA.
So it's tax-free?
All tax-free.
That's fantastic. That makes a big difference as well.
Yeah.
I know
exactly. And then I love Contrary Momentum. So I do Contrary Momentum. I started off with crypto, and I started off with 500 because you said start small. So I started small, but then equally I put money in that as well, built that up to 5,000. But now my CM portfolio, because I measure that separately, always data, and that's 60% up.
That's great.
So, I'm doing really well with that as well. And then obviously we're waiting for crypto, but crypto's I'm 70% up. That's realized profits.
Oh, so there's more.
So there's
more. Okay.
Still waiting for the rest of it. So
yeah, fantastic.
2% I think is really good.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's really good as well. A round of applause. Absolutely. Okay, what about you?
Right, so I actually started with a pot, but my ISA pot was 40,000, but I was only using 20 because I was nervous. And I had about 10 or 13,000 in crypto, I think. But now my whole pot that I'm managing is about 100,000.
What?
So I've got a lot more confidence in myself.
Yeah.
Right, so I would explain. VCA is now, I've grown it to 67,000. I did put a little bit more in. Crypto, and 21 of that 1,000 is realized profit. The crypto, it's gone from about 13,000 to about 20. 3,000 of that is realized. And the star of the show now is I opened up a new ISA because I wanted to have it separately. And we've got a new we're doing contrarian momentum for stocks, is what we're doing. And that has been brilliant. So I actually started properly on the 30th of September. By the 31st of October, so 1 month, I had made, only put 6,000 in, by the way. I had made just under £600 and almost 10% in 1 month. And now, as of yesterday, I've made just under £1,000.
Well done.
So in 6 weeks, it's more than 15%. What is that? I don't even know what it is. It's
really good.
about 15, 20% in 6 weeks.
And both of you, well done. And keep going, because compounding,
Well,
just another zero, right?
my next thing is to get hold of my pension money and actually do the same strategies, but with my pension.
Yeah,
Because
very good.
scaling up and scaling up.
So you're going to do that in a SIP, are you?
SAS.
Oh, you're going to do it in a SAS?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a business. So yeah.
I still got to do that. I haven't got my pension money yet, but I will. I'm just gradually building, and we're not really trading yet, but we've just started CET, so we're gonna prop trader.
Yeah,
So
you can use other people's money, OPM. Well, that's how all wealthy people really make their big money.
because I'd rather keep my money for my investing, and then other people's money for the.
Absolutely brilliant. Would you have thought that a few years ago you'd be doing things like this?
We've actually had this discussion.
Yeah.
We've had this discussion quite recently, actually, because we at the beginning of the year we sat down and set goals. That was initiated by me, but we actually sat down and set goals, and we were just thinking, okay, what do we think we can achieve this year? And we put some things that we thought, no, we're not going to achieve those, and actually we achieved them earlier than we all stated. But we actually sat down and said, do you think that a year or 18 months ago we would have achieved the things that we've achieved? And I don't think we would have.
And we wouldn't have done it if we weren't together either. We definitely would.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, what you don't know about all of this as well is how similar we are. There's elements that are so similar.
Yes.
We're very process driven. We're very keen for attention to detail. We're very
Methodical.
and we like to be really precise to the extreme, where it's actually quite difficult for other people to deal with that.
Irritated.
But what's been your biggest profit, right?
518% for XRP.
518%. How did you feel?
Obviously, I'm absolutely delighted. It's so euphoric. Because the other time that I felt so euphoric was because I got in my ISA when one day I made 20%.
In one day?
In one day. This was
How'd you do
last
that?
November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to sell. I sold a lot of it. I mean, it didn't all stay there, but
No.
I mean, when you keep looking at it and it's going up, it's going up, it's going up, it's just euphoric.
Yeah.
It's absolutely euphoric.
Yeah. What about you? What was your biggest
So there's been
profit?
a few for me. So contrarian momentum, I really like that one. I made 55% on Bitcoin. So usually with contrarian momentum,
Wow, 5%.
You only do 5%, don't you?
You did
And then you get out.
55.
I did 55. Yeah, because it was just going up, so I was just following it up, following the process, following it.
Nice. Can you imagine if you would have taken it at 5%? I followed the. Is like, what the hell?
Exactly.
That is awesome.
And then I made 65% on Pan America Silver
Okay, yeah.
and 68% on Nvidia, which
Nice.
everybody loves Nvidia.
Yeah, we love a bit of Nvidia.
Yeah, you see, I've done. I do rinse and repeat on Tesla's
You
my
love
favorite.
Tesla.
I love Tesla. I've been
Yeah.
in and out of
Yeah.
Tesla about 8 times now, and I've made on the money that I've invested 190%. 190.
I remember I was talking last time, so you've built on that evenly.
Yeah.
It is true though. It is
And
a
I can now
phenomenal.
put more money in each time.
Yeah.
Poundsy.
So I'm compounding, I'm scaling up. That's it takes. The beauty of all of this is the compounding, and when you first start, it does take a bit of time. But I think 18 months down the road, we've started to see the compounding.
So
haven't we?
the thing that we've also noticed is that when we first started, taking profit was a thing that we had to talk about a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a mindset thing. Because there's that fear of, oh, did we get out at the wrong time? Have we taken too little money? Oh, I left some on the table, all that kind of stuff. Nowadays, we're just like, oh, okay, yeah, we need to move our stop loss, or, oh, we got taken out. Okay, right. Can we get back in again?
55% or
So it's not so emotional now.
No,
not
not at all.
Not at all.
At the beginning, though.
At the beginning.
And this was the other thing that solidified our relationship. So I went to, it took ages for me to do a VCA, did VCA, went into Tesla, the first one, went on holiday, Palo Alto, the home of Tesla, because my goddaughter was at university in Stanford. And then, and I stupidly had all these alerts on TradingView because I still didn't really understand TradingView. So the alert was going off every minute. Can you imagine?
Actually, I heard a couple of pings in the last 15 minutes. I'm just wondering what that is.
And so when I came and I let it go up and down and it evaporated. So I had to have this big conversation.
It was a huge conversation. It was hours basically, because she was talking about what she wanted to do from a take profit point of view, and I was just like, just follow the strategy.
Just follow the strategy.
Yes,
follow the strategy.
Just follow the strategy.
Exactly. That's what I told her.
There's a saying that says you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, then do it together. So what's the biggest difference between trying to do it alone versus doing it together?
It's yes, it's collaboration. The thing is, the whole point of, we would not be successful if we weren't the partnership that we are. And we are a partnership.
We are a partnership.
Yeah. It's so much more fun. It's so much more interesting. No man or woman is an island.
Yeah.
You can't do it like that.
So if one of you were to stop, do you think the other one would say, what are you doing?
What?
We're not going to stop.
I don't know. One of you, something happens in life?
I don't think we will stop.
Because you've gone from being a buddy, but in the buddy system of the gold fast track, to what now you're calling a partnership. What's the difference?
So I think
No, you haven't put your money together, have you?
no. But with a buddy, you hold each other accountable and you do all those things. But with a partnership, we discuss what we're going to do. We have a strategy that we formulated together, and we do everything together.
It's almost like you are in it together as a partnership, as a business, but you've got your own separate accounts.
Yes, exactly that.
So you're kind of in it to win it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What's the point of not being in it to win it?
Exactly.
Oh, you say that now, but no, but there is a difference. Yeah, that is really good. Okay, there might be interesting. I'll have to think about that. So do you have brutal honesty? Well, what does this partnership look like? Okay, tell us about that. And do you celebrate wins and things like that?
Yes,
we do
absolutely.
all of that. We celebrate wins. We're brutally honest. Well, I'm brutally
Well, give me an example of brutal honesty. You said, well, I'm brutally honest. What you?
So we were saying earlier when
you
you were talking about Amanda with it taking her time to actually get up to speed with everything because she lacks confidence.
Yes.
I will often say to her, look, Amanda, we've done this before. You know how to do this. And you need to speed up in terms of the time that it takes you to get over the confidence that you have and things like that. And that actually
just kind of putting a mirror to her.
So it kind of snaps her out of the I can't do this and all that kind of stuff. It's like you've done this before. It's slightly different. But you have done this of an iteration.
Talk to me about the Gold Fast Track membership.
Wow. Well, I joined for accountability and ended up with so much more. 5 things: the accountability, the getting out of your comfort zone, the mindset, the community, and buddy groups. I mean, all of that together, it represents such good value. I can't tell you. It's not the cheapest thing, but you've got to remember that if you went back to university, obviously I'm speaking as a university lecturer, and did a master's degree.
That's a good point.
Number one, you've got to be committed, because you can be given all the information, but if you don't actually do something with it, you're not going to get anywhere. But it makes it so much easier and it's so much faster. And now with the new things that are being brought in with the Gold Fast Track, all the tech sessions and the buddy group things and all the other things that we're there.
All the stuff that you're doing. Yeah.
But then there's also the planning sessions
Yes.
and the back
testing.
Yeah.
Andrea and Martin and Nicole.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't even told you about the AI we're just about to launch for the Gold Fast Track.
And well, I think you might know.
Are we? All right, maybe. So, but what about, so you mentioned 5 things there, but what about the results?
Oh God. Well, I mean, look, if I hadn't been Gold Fast Track, I would still probably wouldn't be able to use TradingView. It's the whole thing, and and if you can get the basics right, and if you can go forward and quicker, it's the whole thing, fast track. Then you're going to get results, and the quicker you get results, the more euphoric you feel, and then you want to carry on and carry on and carry on, and everybody's going with you.
It's all about momentum.
Yeah,
Isn't
it's all about momentum.
So what about you?
Because it compounds.
Well, hold on. So I'm going to ask you the question. So, so what about you? So talk to me about Gold Fast Track.
Gold Fast Track has been amazing for me because it was something very different to what I was doing before. Yes, there is a technical element to it, but there's a mindset element to it that I had never considered previously. And it's done so much for me in terms of I've scaled financially. I have grown my portfolio much, much more than I actually believed I could achieve. At a much faster time frame as well, and that's been amazing for me. Amazing, because I could have done it on my own, but it probably would have taken me a lot longer. But Gold Fast Track has basically meant that the coaches have sort of pushed and told you can do this, and you go, yeah, I can do this. So you go away and you do whatever it is that they tell you to do, and you get success. It's amazing.
You just got to do as directed.
Yeah.
And you will succeed. There is no one that can't succeed.
Yes.
There is no one.
No.
I really, really mean that. And our results have been phenomenal. And they're better than my wildest dreams. You know, and this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, we're only 18 months in.
That's the thing. That's the thing that people forget. They go, oh, what am I going to achieve? What do you mean? You're going to have this knowledge for the rest of your life.
Exactly. It's not like you lose it.
But people don't get that because they don't know. They don't know what they don't know.
What? When new Gold Fast Track members come on, I get really, really, really excited for them because I think, oh my God, you are going on this journey. You have no idea what's about to happen to you.
And we want it more for them than they want it for themselves.
Well, they don't realise what they're going to get.
Exactly.
They've got no idea. And what I'm so grateful to Investment Master. I can't. Gold Fast Track changed my life. I mean, you know, I needed to find my tribe, and I found it. I thought I had at the university, and because that sort of gave me like my life back as well. But the people weren't, you know, I mean, they were lovely, but it wasn't quite the same. Now with the people from Investment Master, and this is everyone. From you to the coaches to the community, everyone is just so wonderful, so enveloping, and so cheering you on.
Yeah.
And I just, it's second to none. I join. That's all I can say.
Thank you for that.
Join us.
Thank you.